Hi guys, Ed Leek here. Today we're going to talk about quality score hacking for Google AdWords. There'll be a quick overview of what quality score is, how it's calculated, and then more importantly, how to hack it to improve your quality score to drive down your costs. Okay, real quick overview of quality score. Even though it's a decade old, I'm not going to spend 10 years rattling through this because it's quite straightforward. So essentially, quality score is designed for a high quality user experience. At the end of the day, people on Google searching for your services, products, answers to their questions, so on and so forth, they are Google's customers. The whole reasoning behind quality score for Google is to ensure that the search experience for their customers is of a high standard. And quality score is a grade of 1 through to 10, 1 being awful, your ads will barely show, and 10 being perfect. And your score is calculated every time ads are shown. You can only see your quality score as of today. You can't see any historical quality score, account or quality score. It's on a keyword basis. So there is a tool out there called Optimizer, and that's with an MYZR, optimizer.com. I'm not affiliated to them. It is a paid tool, but if you want to capture and record your quality scores over time, that tool allows you to do so. It's quite interesting. It does other things as well. Told you it was a brief overview. Right, straight on to the components of quality score. What is quality score made up of? The fact of the matter is, with quality score, a bit like the Colonel's chicken recipe, Google keeps the exact calculation under close wraps. It's essentially a secret that everyone has to understand and interpret. But that being said, click-through rate is the single biggest component of quality score. It's supposedly around 65%. Historically, it was perhaps higher. Some people think it's in the region of sort of 80-90%. However, as with organic search, Google's algorithms have become even more sophisticated. So actually, they understand the on-page experience way more than they previously did. Most experts would suggest it's still around about 65%, which is 2/3 of the quality score just for click-through rate alone. And the remaining portion is down to relevance of your keyword to your ad, your account history. So essentially, the expected click-through rate versus the actual click-through rate. And this is a benchmark against your peers, against other people advertising, and historical averages, so on and so forth. And as I just said, quality of your landing page is now important. It's perhaps 10% of the actual quality score metric. Arguably more important for your end user, to be honest, your customer, but it's still very important for quality score. And that includes page speed and load times. Again, that's something that's been mentioned for years now by Google. They like mobile optimized where appropriate. They like fast loading pages, and they don't like spammy shit, which is kind of obvious when you think about it. And also, ad extensions, it's best practice now. Everyone should be using ad extensions. Yes, they'll boost your click-through rate, but if other people are using them, it's going to boost theirs as well. So that isn't a quick win. It used to be when they were first released many years ago and people just weren't using them, and you could put your call-outs on your site links and you would see a significant gain across the board, to be honest. But it's pretty much par for the course now. If you don't know what those are, Google them. You should be using them. They've been around a long time now, and they're free to use. They boost your click-through rate. You can't really lose with them. And finally, you've got device and location biasing to quality score. It's a slither of the metric, but essentially there is a mobile biased measurement and geographical as well. So that's it. The components. Just remember, 2/3 of which, or thereabouts, depending on who you ask, is click-through rate. That's significant to remember. Okay, so if that's the case, what's a good click-through rate? It's not 2%. You may have seen that number banded around. It's more like 5 to 6%, and that's the average, remember. So click-through rate, incredibly important to quality score. You want to be aiming for at least 5 or 6%, but you want to be much higher if possible. And of course, it goes without saying, this will vary from industry to industry. But still, don't look at 2% as a good or reasonable click-through rate. And of course, I'm talking about search network here, not display, which is considerably lower. Okay, moving swiftly on. Not a component of quality score, but AdRank is the final destination for your bids multiplied by your quality score. And it's really simple. The advertiser with the highest AdRank wins the auction. Here's an example. It's in pounds, British pound sterling, but at the end of the day, you could replace the pounds there for dollars, euros, whatever takes your fancy. That's irrelevant. The currency is irrelevant here. What is relevant is the numbers. So we've got James, Olivia, Robert and Jason. They're in a four-way battle of bids to get the top four spots in the search results. The assumption is they're all bidding on the same keyword here, of course. So James's quality score is 9 versus Olivia at 5, so on and so forth. And you can see the AdRank is a multiple of the bid. So £1.50 times 9 is 13.5 as an AdRank. Olivia, 2 times 5 is 10, and again, so on and so forth. And therefore, because of those AdRanks, the positions are thus, and I've done it in order to keep it really straightforward on the screen, but you can see that it's quite a straightforward calculation. But you can also see why quality score is such a critical thing to get on top of and to improve. And then the obvious question off the back of that is, what do you pay? How do you work out what you pay for your position? So again, it's slightly more cumbersome, but it's AdRank below you divided by your quality score equals the price you pay. The AdRank below your position divided by your quality score equals the price you pay. So in this example, James divides Olivia's AdRank of 10 by his quality score of 9, which gives 1.12 or thereabouts. Google adds a cent or a penny onto each actual CPC price. So we've looked at the AdRank, which is driven by quality score times bid, and the price significance here, because of the quality score difference, is very tangible. Jason in the 4th spot, he could be paying as much as 400% more than James in the top spot. 3 position difference, 4 times the price because of quality score. That should have sold it to you. If you weren't that bothered about quality score before, hopefully you're now looking at that thinking, blimey, yeah, I need to get on top of that. So let's bust a few myths real quickly just to dispel any untruths about quality score. Yeah, quality score benefiting from higher positions. Nonsense. That's wrong. Google factors that in. It understands that if you're higher up the page, you're going to get a higher click-through rate. So don't be conned into thinking you can just bid more and get a higher quality score as a result. A higher quality score equates to more sales, apparently. No, it doesn't. What it equates to is it improves your CPA because you pay less for your bids. But that's not more sales, that's paying less for sales, and there's a significant difference there. It's a good thing, but it's not the same thing. And the display network does not affect the search network. They both have separate quality scores. Next myth, increasing your bid boosts your quality score. That's another lie. Bid is not part of the quality score calculation, as you saw before. It's part of the AdRank in that your quality score is times your bid to achieve your AdRank, but your bid is not part of quality score. And another myth, it's kind of a myth, kind of true. Deleting low quality score areas of the account will increase your quality score. Yes and no. Immediately, no it won't, because Google takes into account historical data on your account. As I've put there, time is a great healer, but don't think that you can delete 90% of your account because it's crap and have a boost in quality score the very next day. It doesn't work like that, I'm afraid. Okay, what's a good quality score? 1 through 3, bottom of the stack, junk. The Google benchmark for the average is around about the 5 mark. So therefore, good is above average, 7 to 8, 9 to 10, pretty darn perfect, to be honest with you. Okay, first hack on the list is to focus. This is really straightforward, less of a hack, more of an account optimization understanding. If you actually look at your account from a keyword level, you'll find typically that sort of 5 to 10% of your keywords are spending all your money, and the vast majority aren't. and therefore it's a case of you want to optimize and pay attention to and focus on this top percentile, because that's where you're going to get all your performance gains. Hack number 2 is to sharpen your tool. Quick rule of thumb here is, as I briefed over on the quality score scale, 1 to 3, crap, delete them. It's not to say you can't reuse them, but for now, delete them. 4 to 6, they're average. This is where you should optimize first. So I'm going to run through a few tactics to do so. But yeah, focus on your range of 4 to 6, because that's where you can make the biggest impact. 7 to 8, to be honest, that's pretty okay. It's above average. Until you fixed every single sort of average quality score issue that you've got in the 4 to 6 range, I would leave 7 to 8 alone. 9 to 8, well, just leave them. Don't fix what ain't broke. To get yourself from an average of 5, just make sure you take out your lower click-through rate keywords in ad groups and put them in their own thematically linked ad group. Don't stuff your ad groups full of keywords. Keep them tight and look to improve click-through rate and therefore quality score going forwards, because that in turn will allow you to be confident that you can bid up the newly optimized, newly thinned out ad groups. So hack 3 is branching out. Single keyword ad groups, exactly as it says on the tin. This is one keyword in an ad group with a highly targeted advert and text, and of course a landing page to suit. Don't rush off and create a million single keyword ad groups and then send them all to the same landing page, because you're kind of defeating the point here. You want to find your really, really high performing keywords that convert, that are mixed up with other keywords in other ad groups, and strip them out and give them their own, essentially their own budget and their own air to breathe. And this in turn will increase click-through, it'll increase quality score. So if these keywords are performing now, they can get better. Hack 4 is the easy swing. Branded keywords. This is something I don't see a lot of people doing, and it surprises me. Really surprises me. In fact, we worked with quite a large retailer running up to Christmas last year, and they're big enough that a lot of their products people will search for the term plus their brand, or brand plus the search term. So by incorporating their brand name and variants of into ad groups, we significantly increased the click-through rate. I mean, significantly. And that in turn had an impact, a positive impact, of course, on quality score. Hack 5, spruce up. Essentially what this is using a very simple methodology to understand which are your best adverts. So it's really simple. You take your click-through rate, which Google cares about and quality score cares about, and times it by your conversion rate, which you care about. So if you had 3 ads in an ad group, you'd literally take their click-through rate times conversion rate, it'd give you a score, and that would tell you from a balance perspective which ad is working. This is a really quick, simple scoring method for your adverts. Google has just recently introduced ad split testing, which helps things, so use it in tandem with split testing. Hack 6 is the lazy swing. I was a little bit reluctant to put this one in, but I'll be honest with you, if you've got a big account, it's a quick fix, it's a quick win. So DKI, dynamic keyword insertion, is a sliver of code, well, AdWords code you put in your ad, headline or description. Most people use it in the headline, which inserts, where there's appropriate space, inserts the user's search term into your ad. And of course that increases the relevance and gives your click-through rate a boost. Quick word of caution though, I wouldn't use this as a lasting tactic. I would use it on a large account where you've got a lot of underperforming keywords to bring them up to speed, and then go back to them and rewrite ads in time. And hack number 7 is to blossom with remarketing lists for search ads, RLSA. Hopefully you've heard of remarketing. RLSA is essentially search remarketing. So people that have previously clicked on your ad and visited your website, when they search again for the term, your ad will come up again, but this gives you the option to bid it up, and also gives you a few other options beyond that so that you can appear again for that search. The reason you want to do that, of course, is because people don't instantly buy, typically. And if they're shopping around and they've been to your website once, you may want them to come back. And if you're doing your job right, they may well buy from you, and this essentially increases the odds of them doing so. The beauty of which, you get a higher click-through rate because of familiarity, so they've already searched, they've already seen you, they've already visited your website, and they are more likely, therefore, to click on your ad again. This boosts your click-through rate, and with click-through rate being 2/3 of the quality score, or thereabouts, it boosts your quality score, so it's good for business. Right, so we've run through quality score, what it is, how it works, how the auction works, some myths and 7 hacks that you can employ as of today to boost your quality score, reduce your costs. But I don't want to get too transfixed on quality score. Yes, it's really critical. However, quality score impacts your ad rank. Your ad rank impacts your cost per click. But crucially, your cost per click is what impacts your cost per acquisition. And at the end of the day, your cost per acquisition always wins. Yes, we should care about quality score, but ultimately, regardless of what anyone says, CPA wins. And ultimately is what makes your business either work with AdWords or not. And finally, to simplify all of this, relevancy. That's what Google wants. So they want the search term to be relevant to the ad, to the landing page, and therefore heighten click-through rates so they get paid. Heighten click-through rates so you get rewarded with quality score boosts, and therefore improved ad rank, and therefore a lower CPC. However, from a non-algorithmic, non-bot computer perspective, continuity is key. Continuity essentially means that the person that's looking for your thing, your product, your service, whatever it may be, when they search, they read your ad, and they land on your page, that you are providing a seamless experience for them. So they're getting what they want. If you fail to do that, you will lose money. You'll waste money. Final pun of the day, don't be stumped. You can join my Facebook page and ask questions on the video. I'll happily answer them, or post a comment in the comment section below the video. Thanks for taking time to watch the video. I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you again hopefully next week. Cheers.